it's time to get those gardens going if you haven't already. Audrey Sharp from the Plum Creek Garden Market is joining me to talk a little bit about the best planting options for this time of year. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, thank you for having me,
You
Corey.
clearly have a green thumb. I'm just trying to figure out my green thumb, so I'm glad that you're here. What are the best things to plant right now?
Perennials, get them started early so you can at least see some growth. You know, as far as the root establishment, the height establishment, it just encourages you to plant more.
Okay, these flowers are gorgeous. They smell so good. So talk a little bit about what you brought today.
We brought a little bit of everything. We've got some Calathea. These are beautiful annuals, all summer color. It stays in bloom. Not even a lot of deadheading needed on these callies. These are fantastic in pots.
And they come back every year,
baskets.
Annuals?
These are annuals, so they won't come back every year.
Perennials come back every year.
Unless you know the magic. Perennials come back every year.
I have no magic, let me tell you.
There is some magic with some annuals that'll reseed, but callies are not one of them.
Okay.
And then we brought some perennials. This is beautiful perennial. This is definitely a plant that everybody should have in their garden. You get the bees, you get the hummingbirds, you get the butterflies.
And we
Everybody
need the bees,
feeds off of this. This is a pollinator. Do your thing. Help the ecosystem.
Okay.
Plant some perennials.
What are some trends that you're seeing this year?
I think people are maybe towards getting over the mulch. I think planting more ground cover is something that we've really been pushing this year.
Okay.
And I think, you know, starting last year, it was like suggested to some customers. And I think those customers that saw how great just subbing mulch for ground cover. If you're going to do the chore, you might as well do the chore with some perennials. Did some plants that'll come back bigger and better.
Okay.
And those customers that shopped with us last year came back and added even more. So I think ground cover as your way of subbing out some mulch is definitely what we're thinking.
So I brought home this glow-in-the-dark patunia, which my kids are fascinated by right now. Talk about that.
It's so cool.
It is cool.
We finally brought it in. It's been on the market maybe for 3 seasons now.
Okay.
But it's bred with a mushroom. So it's kind of a monster petunia. It self-fertilizes. I put one in a pot, just 1 4.5 this size, in a pot in end of February.
Okay.
Planning to put some fill and some spill. Not even needed. The whole thing just bombed out. Totally took over.
Easy to do?
Easy. It just needs sun. You definitely want to put it outside in a nice sunny spot.
Okay.
And keep it not well watered, but when your soil's dry.
So this is what it looks like, right? I mean, that's so cool.
And you notice that the most neon green is actually the bud before it blasts into the bloom.
Okay.
That holds the most of the neon green color, the photosynthesis.
Okay. I think that we put this one of these in our studio as well, Studio B, where it's dark. I don't know if we can pull that up right now.
It does take a minute to get adjusted because it actually is glowing 24/7.
Is it really?
It is.
You just
24/7. Your eyes are just getting adjusted. So when you go to super high contrast light to super dark, it will probably take 10, maybe 15 minutes to get adjusted, but they work.
So you see people, you know, putting all this stuff in their carts. What's one thing that you're like, you wish more people were putting in their carts this time of year?
Always perennials.
Okay.
And I don't think there's any judgment on what perennials you choose. Just plant more perennials.
Okay.
Plant more, cover your mulch, you know. You know, you can always expand your bedding. There's always room to go.
Yeah.
I think pollinators, definitely drought tolerance, are something that we're real strong on as far as inventory at all of our markets.
I have a problem on my hands.
And that's something you can
When we were in
definitely
Dallas,
ask
we were
the
watching.
consultant on the floor.
Okay.
Ask where the plant selects are.
Okay.
Ask what plant selects
What
are.
is
We'll
this
tell you.
right here? I gotta know.
This is a native in Colorado. This is Liatris, also known as gay feather.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
so beautiful. It really is.
Yeah.
Does it flower or does it look like that?
So it's kind of similar to the Nephophia blooms that are bright orange. This is a kind of a lupin-like bulb. This is purple.
Oh, it's so
It
beautiful.
is pretty. They're very structured spindle blooms.
I'm hoping you run some of your green thumb off on me because I need some help. All right, glow-in-the-dark petunia, which is really cool. Get it outside. I'm talking to myself because right now it's inside.
Corey.
Okay, I'm learning. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Corey.
Really appreciate it.